Hi everyone, this is Tina from I Say So Quilting. I wanted to show you an idea that I just came up with for making an inexpensive thread stand for your sewing machine um, with items from Dollar Tree. What you're going to need are one of these little like crates. This one I went ahead and stained. As you can see, there is some pink in there, which was not what I had planned. I thought I would take an easy route, and I'd done this years ago. Put some like brown paint and some water, and dip the wood in it, and it stained it. However, something went horribly wrong, and my wood came out pink instead of brown. So I used some regular wood stain to go over it, but it didn't take everywhere. That's fine because as you can see on this one, I went ahead and went over it. You can leave them plain if you want. They do come in, I already painted all mine, so I can't show you a plain one, but they do come in this natural wood color like these palettes do. So I'm going to show you how to make two of these thread holders. So you're going to need, for the first one, you're going to need one of these crates, one of these little wood boxes. And for the second one, you're going to need one of these little pallets or skids, whatever you call them. I always call them skids. My husband calls them pallets. Excuse my hands, I have paint on my fingers. If you're going to be painting, make sure you cover your area to protect it. Okay, because my stain did not come out the way I wanted it to, I just took some paint that I had on hand. I happen to have some of this Waverly white chalk paint, and then I had some of this matte finish. It's kind of a brownish rusty color. I can't really find the color name on it anywhere, but that's the color that you see right there. I just did a dry brush on it. You can use your acrylic paint. You could try to dye dip it like I did. Hopefully you'd have better results than I did, or leave them plain. Do whatever you want. Stickers on it. Yeah, it's your project. Do what you want. You're going to need these really long skewers that they have at Dollar Tree. They're bamboo skewers. There are 12 in a pack. You only need one for this project, and you'll have enough left over to make two of these center posts on this pallets. And you would need one more for that, or get a 1/4-inch dowel rod. That would work. Anyway, decorate your box if you want to, or however your little crate, do it the way you would want to. Then you're going to get one of these bamboo skewers, and what I use to cut them down with is these needle nose pliers. They also have a wire cutter on them. Now, I'm not going to cut all the way through the skewer with it. I'm just going to make an indent in it to make it where it will break easily. Anyway, I'm going to cut about 12 inches. I'm going to use my cutting mat here to measure it. And I know it's probably out the camera view. I don't know. But 12 inches is about right here. It don't have to be exact. But I'm just going to take the wire, the sharp edge, and I'm going to make an indent all the way around. You could probably even get by with 10 inches. It don't have to be perfect. But as you can see, there's a little bit of an indent there. Can you see that? Right there. And then it easily breaks, see? So I'm going to use this one to measure my next one. And it's about right there. And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. Same thing, I'm just going to make an indent, turn the stick a little bit, turn it, and just put an indent in it. And break it. And then you're going to have this piece left over. Save it for your the next one I'm going to do. Go ahead and paint these up if you want to. Decorate them. You can spray paint them, do whatever you want with them. It'd be a fun project for your kids to paint for you. And then take a emery board or a sanding block. You can get this at Dollar Tree also. You just need to smooth down the one side. The other side should be fairly smooth, but it's going to be down where no one's going to touch it. But you're going to sand that down and make sure it's smooth, and you're not going to get any splinters or anything like that. Okay, if you can find these, this is what I'm using. If you cannot find them, you can use a paper clip, like a metal paper clip. They do have these at Temu. They have them in clear and black, but they are push pins that have a little hook on them. Let me see if I can show you a little bit better here. They have a little hook on them. But you're going to take this out. And the reason you're going to take it out is because the push pin will split the dowel rod. So, like I said, excuse my hands. They are just got paint and everything all over them. And I just wanted to get this made real quick for you. I'm not cutting it. I know it sounds like it. But this does come out fairly easy. Just keep spinning it around. If it doesn't want to come out, then just go ahead and use the wire cutter part of it and trim it. And it sounds like I'm snapping it, but I'm not. It's where it's spinning around and catching on it. But just wiggle it out and it should come right out. It's starting to come out now. You can go ahead and cut it off if it doesn't want to come out. It's getting ready to come out now. Hopefully. Let me get a little better bite on that. So you wiggle that, wiggle, wiggle. Here it comes. Okay. Now, this is an old Parmesan cheese container. This is great for throwing your old sewing needles away, broken glass, old seam rippers, push pins, and blades. And what's kind of cool about it, you open this side up, perfect for needles. This side, your used rotary blades, slide right down in there. And when it's all full, then you can dispose of it, and it's going to keep whoever takes your garbage away, it's going to keep them safe and keep them from getting hurt. You can even disassemble some of your scissors and put them in here. If they're small scissors, they should fit in their hole the way they are, but you can tell I've had this for a good couple of years. And yeah, I love this idea. Okay, once you take your pen off, and if you have went ahead and stained your wood and stuff, make sure it's dry. You're going to need a hot glue gun. And for this particular one, you can use wood glue, but I would still put a little bit of hot glue in there till the wood glue sets up. It doesn't take wood glue very long to set up, maybe 20 minutes or so, I think, to get it to set up. Now, it's not fully cured, but it's enough that it's not going to fall over on you. But anyway, I will put just a little bit of glue here in the corners. Hopefully you can see that. Get my glue gun out of the way here. I'm just using a regular glue stick. Actually, it's the long ones. You don't need a lot there. I mean, it's just gliding thread through. It's not holding any weight. And then put that in there. And then do the same thing to the other side. My dog is ringing his doorbell. I thought it'd be a cute idea to teach my dog how to ring a doorbell. I don't know that that was a good idea because he rings it all the time. Even when he doesn't need to go potty, sometimes he just wants to go outside, or he's bored, or if my other dog is outside and he wants the other dog to come back in, he will ring the doorbell. So then you'll need 2 of those push pins with the backs removed, and you're going to put a little bit of glue. I go down maybe 1/2 inch or so from the top, and I put this on away from the center of the spool of the thread. I want it off to the side just a little bit. I might even angle it down maybe 15 degrees or so. If you get these strings, you can just pull them off or use a hair dryer, and they'll come right off. And then you're going to put another one right here. So as you can see on this one, which I put some paint on. I don't like it because it looks dusty, but it's not. It's paint. So you're going to put one on both sides. So that's what you do there. After you do that, you're done with that one. And I'm going to show you this. This is a big spool thread. I think it's the 3,000 some yard. Obviously, it's not a full spool, but it fits in there. And it goes right there. And then I got this great big spool. I've had this for years. It's probably not even any good anymore. Probably I'll throw it away. But it's one of the great big spools. I'm thinking it's one of the 5,000 yard ones. I don't know if it says in there or not. I think it's like 5,000 yards. But it fits in there too. And it is snug. But the thread still comes off freely. It's not pulling on it at all. On this outside one, I don't think it would hurt to turn the push pin to the side here, but if it's behind my machine, I want my thread going the same way. And if you're sewing with a double needle, this way you've got both of your threads on there, and you can feed both your thread through at the same time, and there's no resistance. So it does hold the big spools of thread. Okay, the other project is this one, Kind of the same principle. I got one of those skids or pallets, whatever you want to call them. This piece of dowel rod that was left over at the end, I'm going to cut it in half. I thought about leaving this little tip on, but it won't work because it's too narrow. It won't set in there right. It wants to fall over. Even with the wood glue on it, it's not good. So again, I'm going to take and just snip off the point on here and work my way around like I did before. Just put this little indent in there. Do it 2 or 3 times and it will come right off. I'm going to push this down in so I don't need to file this particular end off. I'm going to measure it, and this one is about 7 3/4 inches. So half of 7 is 3.5. So I'm going about 3 and a little over 3.5 inches on it, maybe 3 1/4 inches. It don't have to be perfect because they're going to be on separate ones. No one's going to see it. So about right here. This is not real scientific where you have to be dead on. Kind of like the quilt police. They don't exist. No one's going to come to your house and measure and make sure everything was exactly the same height. So there you go. You got 2 of them. And as you can see, they are no way near the same height. I did not measure that or cut that correctly. And anyway, same thing with this one. You're going to take and sand off. You can use a fingernail file, emery board, whatever you have laying around. Just use that. It don't take very much just to knock off the edges on it. So there you go with that. Okay. Now, if you're going to make both of these, you will have to get another dowel rod out because you won't have enough to make the long one. If not, you only need one of these long dowel rods, which is 12 inches. So you're going to take your palette, and I would go ahead and, if you're going to paint it, do it before you do that. And I'm going to go about the 3rd slot over. So here's the 1, 2, 3. And there's a piece of wood underneath this bottom side. So I would just go ahead and goop some hot glue, let it run down the side there a little bit. Push that into there. And let it go down to that bottom board. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's going all the way through. It's touching that bottom board. Now with the other one, there is no board there on the bottom, but it's going to keep it. So the problem with that is if you put wood glue in there, it's going to go straight through. So you don't want to hot glue this to your towel or your surface. So what I did was I will go ahead and I will turn this around like this, and I will put some glue here on this and then push that in and let it dry. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my push pin on first and hot glue that on there. Be easier to work with. Like I said with the other ones, make sure you go ahead and paint everything first. It'll be easier if you do that, and less mess than trying to fool with it after. And like the other one, I painted it afterwards and I got the paint all over the push pins. It's not going to hurt them. They just look, I don't like them. They look dusty to me, look dirty. I keep wanting to go over and dust them off because it looks like it's got a layer of dust on them, and I don't like it. Anyway, it's plastic. It'll wipe right off, even if you do get paint on them. So before I got on the camera here, these things came right out. And of course, because you're filming, there it came out. I'll put this in my cheese container. My dog is ringing his doorbell again. Sorry about that. So go down about maybe an inch, half inch. Put you some glue on there. And put your push pin on there like so. And while that's drying, I'll take a second. I'm going to go here on the underside, and the dowel rod is going to come between that opening between the boards. So I'm going to put it on the side, the side support right there of this little dowel rod. I want my so wiggle, and it fits right in there, so that's good. And make sure that it doesn't go beyond there, or else it'll be uneven, it'll be wobbly. So let that set in there. I'm going to turn that just a little bit so that the thread won't pop back out. So if I turn it a little bit as the thread's coming off the spool, it will kind of be at an angle instead of, you know, it gives less chance of popping back out. If you use a paper clip, it won't come out at all. It shouldn't, because it's enclosed. It's kind of spiraled around itself. But anyway, there's that. And let me show you. Here's this spool of thread. Sets down there, goes up through here, and it flows freely. So there is that one. So you got $1.25 in this. You get a whole pack of the bamboo skewers for $1.25, and there's 12 in there, and you get two 12-inch sticks and 2 of these shorter ones for that. So really, you've got like $2.50 in making this. Making the other one, yeah, you got $2.50 in that also. So for $2.50, you can make either one of these thread stands. If you're wanting to buy both of them, add another $1.25 on it, and you're still, you know, under $5. Yeah, that's probably even counting the paint. You're still at it was at $2.50, so you're at $3.25 for 2 thread stands that will hold 3 spools of thread. So I hope that you will give this a try. This would be a cute project. You know, you have to help the kids with the glue gun, but this would be a cute thing for your grandkids or your children to decorate. It is not a regular plastic thread stand or one of those metal ones. They're really lightweight, and just something different and inexpensive. I know there's a lot of times I've needed the thread stand. I've got some around here, but I didn't. I've got 12 or 13 sewing machines. I don't have 12 or 13 thread stands. So now now I can make as many as I want. The other thing you can do with these little crates is you can get them, and you can get as many as you need. They make a good thread shelf. And that was my original intention, and I've got several. I think I bought 20. Anyway, here's the big spool of thread. That sits right in there. Now you can glue them end to end. I would put some wood glue. Oops, sorry about the camera shake. You could glue them end to end. I put some wood glue on it and then clamp them so that they dry. And you can make them as long as you want or as high as you want. You can put some hangers on the back and hang it on the wall. Display all your thread. This would help keep the dust off it a little bit. But all your different color threads, wouldn't that be pretty? But so there's another idea. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. I hope you give this a try, and tell me what you think about it. And like and subscribe, and y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye.